Jan. Happy summer solstice to you too. Good morning, everybody. Chat in, say hello. I um I love when the days are long. I just do. Summer is in many ways my favorite season. Last night I sat up on the roof deck with my dog and my book, and I just lingered until the last light was gone, and it was so lovely. There was a nice breeze after yesterday's really brutal heat and humidity, pretty intense. The weather has just been up and down. There I go, talking about the weather again. But yes, love the lingering light of a summer evening. Hey, Mary Beth. Good morning, everybody. So happy to be here, so grateful, and so inspired by what yoga can feel like in a body, in a mind, in a heart. Hi, Janet. Hello, Linda. Good morning, everybody. All right. Well, we will get started. Welcome. I am Annie Moyer. This is Sun and Moon Yoga's YouTube channel, and it is June 21st in the year 2021, and it is the summer solstice. And so naturally, as the sun is with us for the longest portion of the day, I am thinking about Surya Namaskar, which in Sanskrit means salute to the sun. And we have our sun salutation sequence in yoga asana tradition that is this beautiful opportunity to honor the light from beyond, from the universe that gives life to everything, and that is mirrored by the light in our own heart. In some of the earliest yogic texts, one of them, the Shiva Samhita, it says that we as human beings are mirrors and reflect every aspect of the world at large, and including but not limited to the rivers and the mountains and the oceans and the fields and the streams and the stars and the sun and the moon. And in fact, the outer sun is a token of the inner sun, which is our heart. And just like the moon reflects the light of the sun, but generates no light of its own, our brain is considered to be, in this tradition, simply a reflection of the light of the heart, and that in reality, and by reality I don't mean tangible reality, but I mean in consciousness reality, in broader universal sense of reality, that the brain is just an extension of the heart, and it has a limited function. It gets us from day to day, from moment to moment, from task to task, but it does not teach us compassion. It does not teach us patience. It does not teach us love. Those things come from the heart. It does not teach us to honor and revere the universe that has given us life and the essence of that universe as embodied in each other and our fellow humans. That comes from the light of the heart. That comes from the symbolic place where the sun shines, and is not dictated by the turning of the earth, but instead it's shining all the time. And so I like to think of the sun salutation a as an extension, as an embodiment, and as a gesture of reverence for that that inner sun, that light shining deep in the heart of all beings. So, for practice this morning, I'll invite us to the mat, or to any generous surface on the ground, a nice carpeted area in your home, or maybe the sweet, dewy grass outside. And we'll start standing. I've got 2 blocks set up here at the top of my mat, and that's one way of supporting the parts of the practice when we fold forward. Sometimes the floor is a long way down for the hamstrings or for the groins or for any part of your body that, for an ample flesh in the center. So so having something to put the hands on is a really nice way to support and honor the body. So, coming to stand tall with palms together in front of the heart. I happen to be facing east where the sun rises, roughly speaking, east. And that's one way of honoring this tradition. Of course, that's not always practical wherever your practice space is, but I do like to see if I can try to face east when I practice a Surya Namaskar or a sun salute. So with palms together at the heart, a gentle bow of the head down in honor of this inner shining sun. Take a few breaths. You might be able to feel the gentle beating of the heart, the pulse in the chest, with the outer thumbs gently pressing on the sternum. And you might be able to sense or feel that pulse from the inside. Slow and steady as you inhale and exhale. And perhaps you'd like to dedicate this practice to the inner light of compassionate awareness that lives within us all, the place where kindness and patience are born, or generosity and the desire to serve others. And the genuine hope for healing of all beings on the planet and healing of the planet itself. And on your next inhale, take your arms up high, a long reach, a gentle lift of your gaze as you lift the heart. And can you see from the heart? And then exhale, fold forward. You can rest your hands on something, anything, blocks, thighs, knees, shins, furniture, or the floor. Let the spine release, let energy cascade down from the pelvis and pour out through the crown of the head. And on your next inhale, bend the knees a touch and slide the belly and the heart forward. Lift your shoulder blades onto your back. Look forward and then fold back down. And then pick one foot to lead and make a mental note of which foot that is and step it backwards. Land the ball of the foot on the floor, bend your front knee, and then release the back knee down. So we're just starting pretty slow and pretty gentle. And then lift the torso upright, sweep the arms up again, and exhale, fold back down. We're going to save the second half of the sun salutation for a little bit later, as first we warm up with just the lunging part. Straighten the back leg. And then press off the back foot and step forward. Fold down, empty the breath, and then inhale, plant the feet. Take the palms together, reach all the way up high again, and then exhale, hands back to center. Inhale again. We're going to lead with the other foot this time. Reach up tall, exhale, fold down, hang the head, relax the neck and the jaw, release the spine. Come up part way, bend the knees, slide the belly and the chest forward. Exhale, fold back down, and then take the other foot back. Long backward stride, land the mound of the foot, the balls of the toes on the floor, and release the back knee. And then reach up tall, inhaling, and exhale, release back down. Straighten the back leg. Press off the back foot, step to the front. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Again, inhale, reach up, long, steady reach, long, steady breath. Exhale, fold forward. Come up part way, bend the knees, climb the shoulder blades onto the upper back. Exhale, fold back down and step the first foot back, long backward stride, and drop the knee down to the floor. And this time, we'll step back to table pose. So this might be the time when you put the blocks to the side if you're using them or not. So now on all fours, warming up the spine here. Inhale as you lift the heart and the shoulder blades and the sitting bones and drop the mid-spine. And exhale, rounding like a rainbow, lifting the mid-spine as the peak. And then inhale like a hammock, swinging in a gentle summer breeze. Exhale, back to the rainbow. Inhale to the hammock. And pause here and then step forward. That first foot comes forward and you see how I lifted my hand away to make space for the forward step. Straighten the back leg, step 2 feet forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. We'll go right into the second side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Use the props if you'd like to. Don't use them if you'd not like to. Lift up part way. Exhale, fold. Step the other foot back when the inhale arrives. Drop the knee down. And then step back to all fours and take a few rounds of hammocks and rainbows, also known as cats and cows. Tipping the pelvis and letting the spine follow. And then whichever foot stepped back, step that one forward. Straighten the back leg. 2 feet forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. Hands to the heart. Adding on this time, inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, part way up, long, steady breath. Exhale, fold. And then step the first foot back. Pause in your high lunge, and then release the knee to the floor. Step the other foot back to all fours. This time, take the hammock shape, or also known as the cow, arching the mid-spine. The mid-spine drops, sitting bones lift, shoulder blades lift, heart lifts. And then glide forward, bend the elbows, hug them next to the chest, and release down to the ground. Wriggle the legs backwards, point your toes, and press the tops of your feet into the floor. Inhale, lift the heart into an easy cobra. Notice the tendency of the shoulders to hike up into the ears. Release them back and down. Lift the gaze, lift the heart. And then exhale, release. Tuck the toes, and from where your hands and feet are right here, press up and back and lift the knees and hips into downward facing dog. And breathing in and out, let the spine reach long in both directions. Relax the head, the neck, the jaw. Now, whichever foot stepped back, think about that foot stepping forward and make a plan so that there's room for that transition. You can bring it straight forward. You can send it out to the side. You can take a few steps along the way. However you get there, take that foot forward. So you execute the plan you made, and then press off the other foot, step all the way forward. Hang the head. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. And now lead again with the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Lift part way. And fold down. And lead with the other foot to step back, all the way back. Release the knee down to the ground. Step the other foot back to table. I like to heel toe out before I make that transition. It feels smoother and more forgiving. From the hammock shape or the cow shape, glide forward, lower down to the ground. Wriggle the legs back, press the tops of the feet into the floor. Inhale, lift the heart. Broad collarbones, deep breaths. Exhale, release, tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Notice if the hamstrings pull on the spine and force it to round. And let's preference the nice long spine by simply alleviating that tug of the hamstrings by bending the knees. And as you're ready, whichever foot stepped back, step that one forward and 2 feet forward. And inhale, reach up, and exhale. Hands together at the heart. I'll do a different version this time. If you'd like to, instead of table pose, we'll step straight back to plank. So we'll avoid the knees on the ground altogether. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, fold forward. Come up part way, deep breath. Exhale, fold down. Step one foot back, and instead of bringing the back knee to the ground, hold that back leg steady, straight, and strong, and add the other leg to match. And here we're in plank pose, nice steady breaths. If this pinches your shoulders, take your hands wider and turn them out a little bit. And on an exhale, bend the elbows and lower down to the ground, the body in a nice straight line. Inhale, come up to cobra, or you can pop off your legs balancing on the tops of your feet and your palms for upward facing dog. And then roll over the toes, downward facing dog. At any point along the way, adjust as appropriate for your needs in this moment. Whichever foot stepped back, make a plan to step that one forward. Inhale to the lunge. Inhale to the other lunge. Exhale in your fold to the other foot. I said other lunge, I meant other foot. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, hands together. Leading with the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Part way lift, deep breath in. Exhale, fold down. Foot steps back, and then step the other foot back to match the legs for plank. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale to your back bend, your cobra or upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. You can pedal out the legs by alternating one knee bending and the other heel reaching to the ground. Feel free to keep both knees bent. And then step the foot forward. 2 feet forward. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, hands together at the heart. So in one version that's commonly practiced, there are 12 stations along the sun salutation, and this is suggestive of the 12 rotations of the earth as it revolves around the sun. So station number 1, simple mountain pose. Station number 2, tall mountain, long standing reach. And you can follow along here. Station number 3 is the forward fold. Station number 4 is the half fold. And then number 5 is the lunge and the plank and the chaturanga. 6, upward facing dog or cobra. 7, downward facing dog. 8, and then the last 4 are simply the reverse order of the first 4. The lunge, 9, the fold, 10, the tall mountain, 11, and the simple mountain. Back to the beginning. Number 12. Long, steady breaths. So now I want to show you a version of the sun salute that is hands-free. So often the wrists are concerning with all that pressure on the wrists. So here's a version that does not involve having to put any weight at all on the wrists and hands. So we're starting here. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up part way and fold down. And now instead of putting the hands down and stepping back to a lunge, we're going to keep the hands up, or you can put them on your hips. Bend the knees, extend one leg back, find a moment of balancing here, and then bend your standing leg, reach the reaching leg back a little further, land the foot on the floor, come up right, bend the front knee into warrior 1. And then from here, fold forward. You can bring your hands behind your back. And then come up. So there's the forward fold that is represented in downward facing dog. And then here's the back bend that's represented in cobra or upward facing dog, a reverse warrior. So we're hitting all of the physical components and shapes of the spine that we do in the regular sun salute without taxing the wrists and hands. And then from here, another balance. So hands to the hips, pivot the back toes forward as you lift the heel, launch off the back foot, pause for a moment on one leg, and then join the feet together, hands to the heart. Here we are back to the beginning, and we'll do it on the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lift up part way and fold down. And then hands to the hips or just hanging somewhere. Bend the knees a bit. Lift the other leg back. Pause for a moment of balance and then land on the back foot. Come to warrior one, arms up tall. On the exhale, fold forward, take the hands behind the back in any position you'd like. Release the whole spine all the way down to the crown of the head. And then come all the way up, bend the front knee again, reach down the back leg and up with the front arm, add a little back bending. And then release, face forward, lift off the back heel, pivot the toes forward. Bend the front knee, launch off the back foot. Balance for a moment, feet together, hands together. And there we are. So let's make our way down to the floor, an easy fold. And then step your feet back, bend your knees, come to sit. And find an easy, comfortable cross-legged seat. And pause here for a moment. Let's inhale, reach up. And on an exhale, an easy twist to one side. Inhale, reach. An easy twist to the other side. Reach up tall. And then softly release the arms down and take an easy fold. Hang the head. Support your arms and your torso however it makes sense for you. Arms in front, elbows on your thighs, maybe hands to the floor. Sit in quiet reverence of your breath, made possible by the beating of your inner sun, aka the heart. And come up gently and then lean back a touch and switch the cross of your legs so the awkward leg is in front. And then inhale again, reach up tall, take a twist to one side. Inhale, twist to the other side. Inhale. And one more fold, simply, softly, let the arms go, let the spine go, let the head go. And then roll your spine back up and sit nice and tall. Find the line of your jaw parallel to the ground that is receiving the weight of you. And as you assert the weight of you into the ground, aligned with gravity, you can also assert back up in the opposite direction, aligned with the universe, shining from inside. And place one hand on your heart and the other hand on top of that hand. Observe for the full length of one breath. Try to think of nothing else in that space of time. And then allow the palms to come back together, the thumbs gently resting on the sternum, feeling the presence of the heart inside. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful day and find some ways to enjoy and revere the light. Take good care, everyone. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome, Christiane. Hi, Marla. Glad you made it. Thanks, Mary Beth. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.